Okay.
All right, we are now recording, and then I'm going to share screen. I think I'll just do desktop.
Gotcha.
See my peak party?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So let's see, we have Heather and Beth and Courtney. Hi. And Carol and Bobby. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi. Let's do a quick round of introductions. Oh, by the way, Roxy cannot join. She abandoned me to go fishing today. It's a gorgeous day. She likes to go during the week instead of the weekend since, you know, it's always so crowded on the weekends. I don't
Sure.
I told her, yeah, okay. Like I have any say over it, really. And so just a heads up, we are recording the meeting, and I've added this little bullet so I would remember to record. I have thought of it into the meeting times now. So yeah, let's do a little bit of introductions. We'll start with Bobby, just for those who may not know each other, just who you are, where you are, and what you do. Thanks. Oh, do we have Bobby on phone? Bobby, are you available?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can, yes.
Hey, this is Bobby. I'm in Jackson, Wyoming. I'm a health coach, personal trainer, massage therapist. I've been in private practice in a physical therapy clinic setting for over 20 years in Jackson. And yeah, just excited to be in the health coaching world and moving forward with Teacup, and excited to get to know all of you.
Thank you, Bobby. Glad you could join us. And let's
Thank
move
you.
to Beth.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. We
Yeah.
can't see you. I don't know if you were wanting
Okay.
to be visible. It's okay if you're not.
Oh, there I am.
There you are.
Hi. Hi. I'm Beth. I live in Oakland, California, and I have been. I was primarily doing nutritional consulting, and then I did the program at Health Coach Institute this past year, and really helped with my practice, just in terms of getting that extra, just the sort of gathering the why behind the why, so to speak, with people, where their bad habits are coming from. So I've been really pleased with that, and mostly just been thus far having, fortunately and also unfortunately in a way, but just having word of mouth client, which is now I'm getting on board with more of social media and marketing. But I have great friends in the wellness world. So between Pilates studio and acupuncture practice, my husband's company, I've had clients that way. But as everyone else is kind of moving on and getting more busy, and I just felt like I needed to take this next step. And so I'm excited for Teacup and what the future holds with that. So
Thank you, Beth. Glad you could join us.
thank you.
Let's move to Heather.
Hi, I'm Heather Fitzpatrick. I'm in Louisville, Colorado. And so I do health coaching for Banner Health, a hospital system, and then for other corporations, other businesses, and hospitals. And then I am a part-time faculty at Ames and on their PT, so our physical education. So I teach Pilates mat and yoga, and then something that's kind of fun called Stretch and Relax. But the summer classes were so low, my classes didn't get enough numbers. So I have more time to help with Teacup, and I won't be hiking up to Greeley or Loveland this summer, which is actually kind of nice in the summer.
Nice. Thank you, Heather. Glad you could join us. Let's go to Lindsay.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay. I am a registered dietitian. I just had my second kid, and I'm a stay-at-home mom right now, but I still do dietary counseling for whoever needs it. And I love helping people that need help to feel better and finding balance. I was part of the marketing team, and I'm going to start getting more social media stuff going for TCUP. So hopefully we can drum up some more business that way.
Thank you, Lindsay. Glad you could join us. Let's see, let's go to Allison. I think you're on mute. Oh, I'm sorry. I was unmuting you at the same moment.
Yeah,
Now you're good.
Hi, I'm Allison Hadavi. I'm a registered dietitian as well, and I'm in San Diego, California. And yeah, I'm just looking to start trying to build my own clientele to help people, do the health coaching thing, and really think there's a lot that with virtual health, it's a growing market, and think this can be really beneficial, and not only to us but to our clients. So
Thank you, Allison. Glad you could join us. And Carol, are you, let's see, we have a video. Yep. But you're on mute, so I'll unmute. Unless we just canceled each other. Hey, Carol. I'm trying to unmute and it's not working, so maybe I'll let you unmute on your end. Or it's just not going to work. I'll try one more time. No. Okay. Maybe we can hear from Carol a little bit later. Sorry, Carol, it's not coming through. Courtney, you're also muted. Oh, there you go.
Hi, how are you guys? I just graduated with my Bachelor of Science in Health and Wellness, and I just got back from graduation in Chicago, so that was fun. Thank you. My focus is on disease management and prevention through exercise, nutrition, and spirituality.
Thank you so much. Glad you could join us, Courtney, sorry. Let's see, who else? We have Ted. Are you still there, Ted? You're on mute. I think I muted you.
Me too.
There you
Okay.
go. There you
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, my name's Ted. I live in Littleton, Colorado, and I recently made the switch from being a full-time therapist to a life coach.
Thank you, Ted. Glad you could join us.
Thank you.
Let's see, who else have we got? We've got Koya. Hi, Koya.
Hi, this is my first time being able to make it live to one of these TCUP meetings.
Great. Glad you could join us. Where are you located and what's your area of focus?
I am in Cleveland, Ohio. I was focused on weight loss and management and stuff like that, but finding out that I'm in a red state, I'm kind of having to switch everything around and kind of reorganize how I was doing, how I was working. So now I'm kind of working on stress management as I rework everything, I guess.
Thank you. Yeah, it's interesting, people's location really matters. You're surrounded by people who are health conscious versus not so health conscious. You kind of have to shift your message a little bit. I think that's really important, your target audience. So let's see, I think the only person we didn't hear from was Carol. And Carol, I've tried to hit the unmute button. It's just not working. I don't know why. Maybe you would need to come out and come back in again. So thanks everyone for joining this morning. And I do have some exciting updates. I thought I could even have it all launched. My plan was I thought I could switch some things on last night. But as usual, there's always a couple snakes in the grass that we don't anticipate. But I can share screen, and for those of you who will be watching this on recording later, this is kind of a sneak preview, which by the time you see the recording, it will probably be live. I just have a little more work to do. So what I was just building right before this meeting was a page within our portal that shares with you guys what the coaches or what the clients will see in this new program. So what I'm talking about here is the pivot that we had gone through just about 2 weeks ago. Yesterday was, let's see, was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, so it was about 2 weeks ago yesterday when we had the epiphany that if we could just find a way to reduce the entry point price-wise to broaden our reach to people at all economic levels, could we also use that as a way to attract gifting? And we're not set up with the foundation. I do keep putting that just a little bit on the back burner while we focus on some of the other things. But we did get some insights on how to fast track the foundation setup. So that's very much hot on the heels once we flip the switch on what we're doing right now. So what we can do, though, is we can accept gifts as a for-profit company as long as we don't call them donations. And this was a distinction that our accountant made. And, you know, you might find variations out there where people are calling it donations. There's actually a donation button on PayPal that they also call contribute, but we could not use that because we couldn't get rid of the words donate, and I'm gonna follow our accountant's recommendation. So what we did instead is we came up with some price point donation options. And so I'm gonna show you these pages because they are essentially built. The last pieces that I'm putting together include how we share out where we stand on the donations, because we want to be very transparent about all of this, both for the coach's sake and for our client's sake. So we have come up with some verbiage, and we've gotten a lot of input from various coaches on the pivot message that we put out. And that message was actually just a week and a half ago. That was on Friday, a week from last Friday, that we invited all the coaches to give us input on this pivot idea of sharing reduced rates. Do we still show standard rates, etc.? So the overwhelming input is, well, I should say not overwhelming. Actually, it was almost 50-50 at one point, but it's tipping toward showing standard rates and a reduced rate, which we are now branding as the Karma Coach, kind of the sample session rate. Most people were saying that a $35 price point, entry point, made sense if the client could be given an opportunity to gift more. We debated whether we give this gifting opportunity to people who are already paying full price, and totally open for input on this, but have just recently decided that we will go ahead and make it an opportunity for everyone. Because if you think about the people who are coming into the $35 price point sample session, those might be the ones who aren't going to have the kinds of funds to give above the $35. So we wanted to broaden our reach, let people know that if you do want to give, like it's in a way a tip, but a portion of it is going to the greater good. But if you want to give, you have that option at the end of every coaching session. And I think you'll find that the language, we're trying to be kind of lighthearted about it, but also driving home the message that the greater good, that the money is really being used to help transform the wellness by offering coaching to a broader spectrum of people. So with that, let me go ahead and take you to what we've branded the Karma Coach program. So this will link from the homepage. And by the way, I've got language. I have not built the homepage because we don't want to release everything at once, or we don't want to, we want to release everything at once. We don't want to release it before all the little pieces are together. So on the home page, we're going to have some, let me see if I can pull this over. No, never works the way you think it's gonna. So there's some language about that Teacup is on a mission to transform the way we do healthcare. We're kind of keeping it simple. So this language off to the right is what we'll show on the home page in place of the, let me show this real quick. In place of this area. So we're going to be putting imagery and verbiage that talks about our transformation. Let me move this over to the center. So we are talking about that wellness coaching. We believe it can be the key that leads to transformative and lasting change. That one of the ways I thought of presenting this transformation and the way we're transforming healthcare is kind of by stepping around it with wellness coaching. Because we're saying, you know, the current healthcare industry is kind of missing the mark in a lot of ways when it comes to whether doctors know enough about nutrition to encourage their clients to change their diet as opposed to just taking pills. Whether they even have time. Most doctors do not have time. Even if they do know better, they're not in a position time-wise to guide their clients. And so having doctors and other health practitioners guide their clients or their patients to the wellness industry is one of the huge ways we see that change can happen. That people go to the root source of whatever it is that's causing them to not have optimal wellness. So then we have links to this Greater Good and the Karma Coach. So let me go into the Karma Coach page first, where I was going to go a moment ago. Close this. So pretty soon you guys will have links and you can go to this directly, but just kind of a sneak preview. Where Bobby is helping me along with Lisa and a couple others. We're going to be pulling in a few more people, I think, to help. We're transforming the profiles to enable a Karma Coach sample session to be one of the buttons on the coach profiles. And in addition, we're also going through an intensive customization effort where we had initially back in May, like late April and into May, when we were doing all of these initial profiles, we were trying to standardize just to kind of get everybody out there. We're realizing standardization is not really meeting the needs of the coaches. So we're going back to your initial uploads in our profile submissions where you talk about your specific programs. The timings vary, the price points vary. So we're going through this customization in addition to providing the Karma Coach sample session price point. So, so when the clients come in from the homepage and see this gifting option, they can, right from here, decide to give a Karma Coach gift. And we've chosen a couple simple price points, $25, $50, and $100. And then they would put the coach's name here. And then down below, because we just have no choice but to stage this, we can't turn everybody on all at once. It's a rather intensive process, even to do one coach. So as we're doing all of the coaches and we're customizing, we will have a running list of who the Karma Coaches are. And I'll probably put some language like everybody is moving to this as soon as possible. So that's kind of the initial information about the Karma Coach program. Are there any questions before I move to the Greater Good Initiative? And then we can talk about what the clients, the other parts that the clients see. Okay, feel free to interrupt me. I will just keep talking kind of nonstop until you interrupt me. So then going to the Greater Good Initiative, we talk about the greater good, and then I also introduce this Karma Coach because we anticipate that most people are going to come in and look at the Greater Good Initiative from the homepage first. And we want to tie the two together as much as possible. So from here, we talk about what the percentages are, where those go, and we did that on the Karma Coach. Let's see, I think we repeat a little bit of content here. But the greater good helps enable you guys to provide wellness coaching services to people in need. And the idea is that for every dollar we get, we would turn around and take 75 cents of those dollars, or every $100 we get, we'll take $75 and turn around and engage you guys as coaches to provide services to people who cannot afford it. And so, you know, we would have like either a no fee or low fee or an adjusted fee for the client, and turn around and pay you guys, you know, a negotiated rate. And I'm thinking it would probably still be that $35, but then Teacup wouldn't keep the 70% of it anymore. You would just keep that 35. So that part is a little less locked in stone, but we feel like this is probably where it will go. The percentages is locked in stone. How we share that money out, it makes sense to me that we would just give the entire 75% to the coaches, to you guys already, or you guys directly. And so for the options, we have Fill the Teacup. We're going higher price points here because we're looking at this as people who do have disposable income are going to help generate these opportunities for people at lower incomes or who don't have the means. So we have 100, 250, and 500 price points. Again, we're open to input on this. We could have more price points. I think 3 is a nice simple number, but we had to start somewhere. And then we have a link back over to the Karma Coach gift program page here. And we do have a little bit of repeat verbiage, so I may take some off the front one. So then just real quick so you can see, and I'll put snapshots in the portal. So say they want to give $100. They hit the give button, get taken to a PayPal screen. And I've already been testing and logging in, but let's say I'm brand new, so I don't want to log in with my existing PayPal because that's already tied up. So then they're given the PayPal credit card standard interface. And then you do pay now, and the email goes into Teacup Wellness. And so what we'll be doing is just taking regular reports out of PayPal and sharing them out on this public facing page, which we're going to be building. So if you are getting, say it's a Karma Coach donation, the only difference is that there is, the price points are different. But let's say it's the 25, and you would add your coach. So then you say give, and what happens on the other side is that data is carried over. It doesn't show here, but when we get to the email that comes into Teacup, then we see the coach's name. So any questions before I continue on this? Okay, so let me go to the way we're looking.
I was trying to unmute. Yeah, I'm just wondering, it might be technical, but then where does the percentage come? Like PayPal is going to charge a fee, right? So where is that taken out? Is that in the greater good?
25%.
The 25%, okay. Yeah, because they always take something out.
They do, and in fact, Schedule Once takes their 1% too.
Oh, okay.
Teacup. The Schedule Once takes it when the payments come through PayPal through Schedule Once.
Okay.
For this Karma thing, because it's coming directly from PayPal, then yeah, PayPal will keep their 1%.
Okay.
So the other part, that's a great question, thank you. So yeah, we're looking at that as part of the Greater Good Initiative. It's kind of an overall description of what it is that is keeping Teacup operational, whether it's, you know, creating new features, managing the gifting process, turning around and offering services and reaching out to people, you know, because the 75% is going directly to engage coaches. So then the 25% has to go to cover all of the operations around getting this thing up, including any percentages that our partners keep. So the other part I wanted to show you is this email. So I was playing with the formatting and having not optimal success, but I feel like it's good enough. I'm just going to stop now. But there's an email that that comes to the clients after each session. And this will be turned on as soon as we do each coach. We'll attach this email as a thank you email that goes out to every client 5 minutes after their session ends. And it describes this Karma Coach program with a link to go submit. And we were hoping there was a way to carry the coach's name over, but that would take more coding than we've got capacity to do at this point. These systems are just too different. But we do have the option to put the coach's name in this email. This is coming through Schedule Once. The link is taking us over to the website, which is then connected to PayPal, if that part makes sense. So we have some fun language in here. You know, we're trying to get people excited, get people to smile. So if they've gone through and they've given a gift, we have 2 different thank you notes, which also we wanted to make it so that people would go, wow, that was really fun. Let me tell a friend. Let me go get those. So if they give to the Karma Coach program, after they get their success page for PayPal, there's a redirect link. Oh, I see I have an issue with the header. That thing, I made it go away earlier and then we made a page change. That page title shouldn't be in the top. Anyway, we're saying thank you for your generosity to your Teacup Karma Coach. And we talk about, oh yeah, see this? Sorry, I'm just realizing I thought I had fixed the styling here because I've got a link here too. Oh well, okay, moving on. So the thank you has a couple kind of fun little bright points in it. Thank you for your generosity, kind of talking about what it helps people do and telling them, you know, hope you go enjoy a relaxing cup of tea at the end. And I have a typo there, I see. So, as you can see, we're not quite all the way to bright, a little bit more proofreading, etc. And then the thank you for the greater good is very similar, different language, just changed it up a little bit, and a little bit of different imagery. So things like people who give to Teacup Wellness are among the most inspiring agents of positive social change we know, and we want to know more people like you. So please tell everyone. So I think that is pretty much the full cycle. The only page that's not yet built is the status of gifting, where that is, and then just doing the final proofread of everything. And then we'll go in and start customizing each coach. We have about 8 of you who are already ready on the back end of Schedule Once, and we just need to do the links on the front end. And I think the way that we'll be doing it is sending an email out to each of you. As soon as your profile is ready, we're going to send an email and say, please go check it. Make sure that it is exactly the way you wanted it. You know, we'll have a few series of emails already, kind of fine-tuning what that's supposed to look like. But even then, we've made more edits to some of the language. So at the very end of it, it'll be incumbent upon you to go in and confirm that your profile is as you wish. So I think that's it. Not a lot of time for Q&A, but if we can run along, I'm good with running along. Any other comments or questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
With the price shift, how would that affect the group pricing? Like, would the group pricing be lower as well too?
So we don't have a any Karma Coach group pricing. That hasn't come up as a big thing, but it's certainly an option. I think we were just looking at it as more of the one-on-one sessions initially.
Okay.
There would be a way to lower the price point even more, but then, yeah, the complexity. I guess we'll see. Well, you know, if there's a demand, we can set those up.
I was asking because when I was looking through the comments of the questionnaire from the pricing shift, someone had mentioned doing something with the YMCA, and I thought that was a great idea to go and do, you know, group coaching sessions with the YMCA that would lead to more one-on-one sessions.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. And I'm a little behind on following up on all of it. So that one missed me. But yeah, I love that idea. And, you know, maybe the Teacup Buddies right now is people come in and we have like a master booking page. Maybe we can take advantage of kind of simplifying that approach. Coaches want to offer that, standardize on some availability or something. Yeah, I like that idea. It's a way of spreading the word at a lower price point. Anything else? All right. So I know there's, you know, we're adjusting and shifting as we go, and we're really anticipating that this new approach and this messaging is going to kind of, well, we're certainly hoping it will tip the scales in terms of getting the business traction going, because without that, it won't be sustainable to just keep everyone carried on with all of the systems and tools we have. So we're certainly hoping that there's going to be a rapid turnaround in the next few weeks. That's our intent. Okay. Well, I think that's all I've got. You guys have any follow-up, you can always email me, text me. All right. I appreciate everyone coming, and thank you. Thanks for your patience as we get to each of you.
Thanks. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Take care.
We'll see you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.